Dante, great. Guitar is out. בסדר? Yeah. Shalom, חברים. We are about to start our prayer for Selichot. I want to invite you. Many of you have been participating in activities and studying and for hours already. So hopefully you're experiencing some of the good exhaustion. And the one that brings to the opening of the heart. I actually want to invite you to, wherever you are sitting, to bring yourself a bit closer. So we cannot get closer to you, but you can get closer to us. And there is something about the energy in the room and the feeling of, and closing my eyes so I'm not, I don't guilt anybody. But I will open my eyes in a minute. And I want to invite you to get a bit closer. Like if you're in the last rows, just get closer. And let's try to connect with each other. Let's try to hear each other's voices. So while I keep looking down, I invite you to open your Machzorim, your Yom Kippur Machzorim. The reason we do Selichot service with a Yom Kippur Machzor is because the prayers of Selichot, the confession, the Vidui, and the poems of Selichot are mostly in the Machzor, so we can do good use of our Machzorim. We're on page 124. שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה אבקש. שאלתי מאת אדוני, אותה אבקש. שבתי בבית אדוני, כל ימי חיי, לחסות בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בהיכלו. לחסות בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בהיכלו. אחת שאלתי את אדוני, אותה אבקש. אחת שאלתי את אדוני, אותה אבקש. שבתי בבית אדוני, כל ימי חיי, לחסות בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בהיכלו. לחסות בנועם אדוני, ולבקר בהיכלו. We'll now turn our Machzorim from all places to page 70. I think it was, yes. There is in the middle of Tfilat Amidah, the verse, V'tayar liveinu, help us purify, clean up our hearts in order to do your work, the work of connection with our souls, with our cores, the work of teshuvah, in truthfulness. With this request of cleaning up our hearts, is that we are going to sing together a piyut that we just learned in the previous class. I don't have a copy. Thank you.
I gave you a copy.
Thank you. You have what?
I gave you one, I thought.
I don't know. Maybe I lost it. I'm not suggesting cantor
You're sitting
by
on
any
it.
means. You see? Thank you. Thank you very much. It is important to find things in this world. And one of them is personal healing, refuah. We are going to sing the words of the piyut, the poem. Just reciting, chanting piyutim, something we do during this time of Selichot and during the prayers of Yom Kippurim and Rosh Hashanah too. This prayer that invites us to think about the healing that we need to find within ourselves, the faith that we have the ability, the trust to enter through the gates of Rachamim, of mercy, and to find strength while doing that. Fatiri el neman ki ata rofe human.
Fatiri el neman ki ata rofe human.
Ahad roshi shur chalshi v'ten koach lenafshi.
Roshi, Shur Chashi, V'eten Koach Lenafshi.
V'tachshar rachamim, ran shochem b'meromim.
V'tachshar rachamim, ran shochem b'meromim.
Aldecha simchas decha, emerahem biladecha.
על Hadash שמחתה, אין מרחם בלעדה.
ארצה תפילתי וחושה לעזרתי.
אל חרצי תפילתי וחושה לעזרתי.
במהרה דרור יקרא לעם בן הגבירה.
במהרה דרור קרא לעם בן הגבירה.
Once again, just the first verse. ופתירי אל נאמן, כי אתה רוב ואומן.
ופתירי אל נאמן, כי אתה רוב ואומן.
עד ראשי שור חלשי, ותן כוח לנפשי.
עד ראשי שור חלשי, ותן כוח לנפשי.
We'll now turn our Machzorim to page 82 as we will begin the section of confessions for our Selichot service. We'll ask you to please rise.
אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו, תבוא לפניך תפילתנו, ואל תתעלם Adonai Eloheinu Elohe Avotenu V'imotenu, tzadikim anachnu ve'lo chatanu,
Our God and God of all generations, may our prayers reach your presence. And when we turn to you, do not be indifferent. Adonai, we are arrogant and stubborn, claiming to be blameless and free of sin. In truth, we have stumbled and strayed. We have done wrong.
Of these wrongs we are guilty. We betray. We
betray.
steal.
We steal.
We scorn.
We
We
scorn.
scorn.
We act perversely.
We
We
act perversely.
We are cruel.
We
are
are cruel.
We scheme.
We scheme.
We are violent.
We are violent.
We slander.
We slander.
We devise evil.
We devise evil.
We lie.
We lie.
We ridicule.
We ridicule.
We disobey.
We disobey.
We abuse.
We abuse.
We defy.
We defy.
We corrupt.
We corrupt.
We commit crimes.
We
We
commit
commit
crimes.
crimes.
We are hostile.
We are hostile.
We are stubborn.
We are stubborn.
We are immoral.
We are immoral.
We kill.
We
We
kill.
kill.
We spoil.
We spoil.
We go astray.
We
We
go
go
astray.
astray.
We lead others astray.
We lead others astray.
You know the secrets of the universe and the secrets of the human heart. You know and understand us, for you examine our inner lives. Nothing is concealed from you, nothing hidden from your sight. Eternal One, our God and God of our ancestors, we pray that this be your will. Forgive all our wrongs. Pardon us for every act of injustice. Help us atone for all of our moral failures.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בזדון ובשגגה, ועל חטא שחטאנו לפניך בדיבור פה.
The ways we have wronged you deliberately and by mistake, and the harm we have caused in your world through the words of our mouths.
על החטא שתני לפניך בהזנות הלב, ועל החטא שתני לפניך בתשעות פה.
The ways we have wronged you by hardening our hearts, and harm we have caused in your world through careless speech.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בכחש ובכזב, ועל חטא שחטאנו לפניך ברכילות.
I want you to know something. The entire purpose of the confession is that you actually say it. So pick your language, Hebrew or English. Break your teeth. Try to say it. Try your best. We are on page 86. Just Just try to say it. Try to see what it feels like when you hear your own voice saying these words that are sometimes uncomfortable. That's their intention, to make us feel uncomfortable. Some of them might not speak to the nature of your specific actions or decision making. Some others, they might. The ways we have wronged you through lies and deceit, and harm we have caused in your world through gossip and rumor.
על החטא לפניך בפילות, ועל החטא לפניך בזלזול חורים ומרים.
The ways we have wronged you by judging others unfairly, and harm we have caused in your world through disrespect and parents and teachers.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בווידוי פה, ועל חטא שחטאנו לפניך בהונאת רעה.
The ways we have wronged you through insincere apologies and harm we can cause in your world by mistreating friends and neighbors.
על החטא לפניך בחוזק יד, ועל החטא לפניך במשא ובמתן.
The ways we have wronged you through violence and abuse, and harm we have caused in your world through dishonesty in business.
Page 88, we will continue silently over that entire page with the vidui.
We dishonor you when we dishonor our society. For our failures of justice, Adonai, we seek forgiveness. For being indifferent to deprivation and hunger, while accepting a culture of self-indulgence and greed. For abuse of power in boardrooms, courtrooms, classrooms, and for accepting the neglect of children and elders, the ill and the weak. For permitting social inequalities to prevail, and for lacking a vision to transcend our selfishness. For glorifying violence and turning hastily to war, and for allowing history to repeat itself. For behaviors that risk the future of our planet, and for wreaking havoc on our only true inheritance, God's creation.
על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בשנאת חינם, ועל חטא שחטאנו לפניך בתומת שפתיים. The ways we have wronged you by hating without cause, and harm we have caused in your world through offensive speech. על חטא שחטאנו לפניך בלשון הרע, ועל חטא שחטאנו לפניך בצרות עין.
The ways we have wronged you with a slanderous tongue, and harm we have caused in your world with a selfish and petty spirit.
sin against you when we hurt one another. For our failures of love, Adonai, we seek forgiveness. For exploiting another for our own pleasure, and for the wounds we cause through betrayal and deception. For withholding affection from those we claim to love, and for using love to control our spouses and partners, our children and parents. For abandoning friends and siblings whose love has sustained us, and for neglecting those who love us when they need us most. For harboring in our relationships mistrust, boredom, and disloyalty, and for rejecting our partner's efforts at repair and renewal, for possessiveness, jealousy, and avarice, and for lashing out in anger at those who are closest to us.
Between pages 92 and 95, we will invite you to focus on what's called personal bidui and to read it silently. You might do that while seated, so if you feel comfortable, you can sit, you can remain standing. It is your choice. We'll now transition into the poems, the prayers that make the section of Selichot. And there's an interesting dynamic in how we recite these prayers. We usually sing, not necessarily in our services, but just keep this idea in mind anyway and our services also will answer to that kind of a structure. I explain myself now. There's an interesting dynamic between what gives us the courage to open our hearts, to open our mouths, and to confess. And the purpose of that confession is the purpose of that confession is to trigger the work of Teshuvah. Like the moment that we have the ability to articulate something, we might be able to figure out that we are actually dealing with that something, and then to try to seek for a path to return, to reconnect. The prayers of Selichot come as a reminder to God, to tell God, remember that you said that I should confess. You remember that you said that I should own my wrongdoings, my distance, the things that I need to rectify in my life. Promise to me that when I show up in vulnerability, you will be there. Promise to me that you are not going to get afraid of seeing those things that I don't want to say about myself, that I don't want to acknowledge about myself. Because if I lose you, then what do I have? And so the prayers of Selichot, to some extent, represent that covenant, right? We sing in the Selichot, Ki anu amecha ve'ata Eloheinu, like, because we are your people and you are our God. Like, we are reminding God of the covenant. But it's not because God forgot the covenant. It is in order for us to be able to say to ourselves, okay, it's okay. This is a space in which I can show up and do the work that I need to do. And so, with that idea, and by the way, and because of that, several, not all of them, but several of the prayers that appear in Selichot, they have joyful melodies. Because it is encouraging to know that we are not alone, or to feel that we are not alone when we show up to do the work of bringing our hearts closer to where we want to be and who we want to be in this world. So sometimes we sing some Selichot before we say the confession, then we do short confession, then we sing lots of Selichot, and then there is a longer confession. Because now that you have said the Selichot, like, you can talk. In our community, we usually do everything once. We confess, and then we do Selichot. But the point, and we did sing a few points before, exactly because of that, to remind ourselves that we are not alone. And from that perspective, the words of Psalm 23 are so immensely powerful. Gam ki elech begei tzel mavet lo ira ra ki ata imadi. Also, when I walk throughout the shadow of the valley of death, when I find myself in the scariest place, in the most difficult situations, I know that I'm not alone. And I think that facing life challenges, recognizing and understanding, and doing the work so we are not alone, is very, very comforting. So with that reminder, we are going to turn our Machzorim to page 96. We will read the first one of these Piyutim poems while sitting, and we will rise immediately after that. Symbolically, this is called Ya'aleh. Ya'aleh. Let's rise. Let's elevate ourselves, our prayer.
יעלה תחנוננו מערב, ויבוא שבתנו מבוקר, ויראה רינוננו עד ערב.
צדקתנו מבוקר, ויראה פדיוננו עד
יעלה מנושאנו מערב, ויבוא למנו מבוקר, ויראה כיפורנו עד ערב, עד ערב.
יעלה אישנו מערב, ויבוא טהרנו מבוקר,
ויראה
חנוננו עד ערב.
עד ערב.
יעלה זיכרוננו מערב, ויבוא ביודנו מבוקר, ויראה אדרתנו עד ערב, עד ערב. יעלה דופקנו מערב, ויבוא גילנו מבוקר, ויראה בקשתנו עד ערב, עד ערב. היי 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 יעלה אנקתנו מערב, ויבוא אליך מבוקר, ויראה אלינו עד ערב. May it be receive, may it be acceptable to you, Adonai our God, until morning comes. We'll now turn our Maxorin to page 98, and we will rise as we also are going to open the ark.
Hear our call. Adonai our God, show us compassion, accept our prayer with love and goodwill. Take us back, Adonai. Let us come back to you. Renew our days as in the past.
Shema Koleinu Adonai Eloheinu Chus v'rachem aleinu v'kabel berachamim uveratzon et tefilatenu Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Hadash Hadash Amenu Kekedesh
Adonai Eloheinu Chus berachem aleinu v'kabel berachamim uveratzon et tefilatenu Hashivenu Adonai Elecha Menashuva Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem Shema. Let's try to say that together. All our voices. Hear our voices. The word Shema, we all know it. Hear our voice. Shema Koleinu. Shema Koleinu. Adonai Eloheinu. Chus v'rachem aleinu. V'kabel uveratzon et tefilatenu Hashivenu Adonai elecha benashuva Chadesh Yameinu אל תשליכנו מלפניך ברוח קודשך אל תיקח ממנו
אל תשליכנו מלפניך ברוח קודשך אל תיקח ממנו
אל תשליכנו לעת זקנה ככלות כוחנו אל תעזבנו
אל תשליכנו לעת זקנה ככלות כוחנו אל תעזבנו
אל תעזבנו אלוהי אלוהינו, אל תרחק ממנו.
Ay, 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 Gatos. Adonai Eloheinu, al tirchak mimenu.
God of forgiveness, we come before you in need of compassion. At Sinai, you spoke words that guide our lives to this day. But our ancestors lost faith in you, lost hope in their Redeemer. With one voice, they had promised, we will do and obey. And yet, stiff-necked, they broke their word, adoring an idol of gold. How wondrous your compassion in the face of their rebellion, your forgiveness in that moment of human weakness and doubt. We too have broken promises to you. We too worship the work of our own hands. We too make of gold a god. And we too forsake your word. At Sinai, you revealed 13 attributes of mercy, these aspects of your nature, your very essence, we recall now.
Adonai, Adonai, El Rahum ve'Hanun, Erech Apayim ve'Rav Hesed ve'Emet, Notzer Hesed la'alafim, Nosi Havon v'Fesha ve'Hata'ah
Adonai, Adonai, El Rahum ve'Chanun, Erech Apayim ve'Rav Chesed ve'Emet, Notzer Chesed la'alafim, Noseh Avon v'Fesha ve'Chata'ah v'Nakeh.
Adonai, Adonai,
El Rahum ve'Hanun, Erech Apayim ve'Rav Chesed ve'Emet, Notzer Chesed la'alafim, Noseh Avon v'Fesha ve'Chata'ah v'Nakeh.
As we close the ark, you may be seated. For those that were studying together this afternoon, it was this afternoon, I was just trying to compose when we spoke about what? These words, the 13 attributes of mercy, are used by Moshe when God is about to punish the people of Israel. There's a moment in which God is about to punish the people of Israel, and Moses stands up and says, wait a minute. You said that you are a compassionate, a graceful,
God. And therefore, you say that you forgive the iniquities of the 1,000 generation. So, forgive la'am haseh. Slach la'am haseh. Forgive these people, right? And for those that hear those words, you might recognize that we actually say the words once we have said the words of Kol Nidrei. Once we have finished the legal formula of Kol Nidrei, we recall the words of Moshe standing up in support of the people of Israel and saying, you're a forgiving God. Forgive la'am haseh for their iniquities. And then God says to Moshe, Salachti kidvarecha, vayomer Adonai, Salachti kidvarecha. I have forgiven per your request. And we actually sing those words, right? We say, vayomer Adonai, Salachti kidvarecha. We actually sing those words. The Talmud teaches us later on in Brachot that the rabbis were told by God itself that any time that the people of Israel is going through challenges, is in need of forgiveness, is in need of rectification, we should be able to say those words, and God will forgive us. So Yom Kippur, once again, is this almost guaranteed success to get the forgiveness that we need, the one that we need to give to ourselves also. We're guaranteed the success if we actually show up and utter the words. There's another poem that we wanted to share with you. If you look at your pages, Adon Aslichot is probably one of the liturgical poems most known in Israel and not that known in the United States. It's of Moroccan origin. I'm going to start with the words of the chorus. It goes like this, and it's very easy. And we're going to do intermittently verses. So I sing one, you sing another one. That'll help you out. So, Hatanu le'efanecha ra'achem aleinu. Hatanu le'efanecha ra'achem aleinu. Adon Selichot bochen levavot gole amukot dover tzedakot. Hatanu lefanecha rachem aleinu. Hatanu lefanecha rachem aleinu. Adonu beniflaot v'ratim nechamot zocher brigavot choker kelayot. Atanu lefanecha rachem aleinu. Atanu lefanecha rachem aleinu. Tov umativ laveriyot יודע כל נסתרות, לובש עוונות, לובש צדקות. התנו לפניך רחם עלינו. התנו לפניך רחם עלינו. מלא זכיות, נורא תהילות, סולח עוונות, turn our Maxtorin to page 106. There are no more covenantal words than the words of Kianu Amecha. So thinking of the covenant, thinking about the things that we know about this world that give us the strength to show up and to stand for what is important for us to do, to recognize. We'll conclude this time of prayer of Selichot together. We'll sing one morning one after that, but we're going to conclude the words part with that.
כי אנו עמך ואתה אלוהינו, אנו בניך ואתה אבינו.
אנו עבדיך ואתה אדוננו, אנו קהלך ואתה חלקנו.
אנו נחלתך ואתה גורלנו, אנו שונאיך ואתה רוענו.
אנו חרמך ואתה נוטרנו, אנו פעולתך ואתה יוצרנו.
אנו רעייתך ואתה דודנו, אנו סגולתך ואתה קרובנו. אנו עמך ואתה מלכנו, אנו מעבירך ואתה מעבירנו. היי ליי ידה לה לה ליי, ידי ליי ידה לה 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 ליי, היי ליי היי לה 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 ליי ליי ידה לה לה ליי, היי ליי ליי היי ליי ידה לה לה ליי, ידי ליי ידה לה 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 ליי, היי ליי היי ידה לה 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 ליי ליי ידה לה לה לה
May God gives us the strength and the confidence to walk and to stand and to open and to make it through the gates that we need to open in our lives, so we can see each other after Ne'ilah, after the locking of the doors in these high holidays, and know that at least we know that there is a gate that belongs to us and that we have the ability to open. אדוני עוש לעמה ביתן, אדוני ייתן עמו שלום, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. שבוע טוב, שנה טובה. Ay, 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 ay,
before I begin, I needed a hand.
Your helper is gone.
I have my
He's
helper.
sleeping.
No, my helper's with me.
Robert, there's another one up there if you want.
Look at what the shofar can do. He's back. Please rise.
Not everyone had the opportunity to hear the shofar, to sound the shofar in our earlier service. One more chance, one more call for a spiritual awakening. I think we could do a Tekiah Gedolah.
Tekiah Gedolah.
Shavua tov.
Shavua tov.